All right, well, first off, Coach, just excitement level, finally getting to the point of the NCAA tournament. Just what's the emotions for you and the guys right now?
Yeah, it's always a fun time for the team. They work real. This is the primary goal all year. Of course, we've had an exciting schedule. We play a lot of top teams, and we got to play national indoors and the conference championships. But there's no doubt in my mind that if you could have the team pick one event that they want to be primed for, it's this one.
You guys won 13 in a row, seem to be playing a high level per usual. Just what have you liked the most about the way you guys are entering this time?
Yeah, well, we're healthy now. I guess if I had some wood nearby, I'd knock on it. But so we're healthy, and I really feel like we're trending in the right direction. All of our guys are either playing very well, as good as they've played all year, or are on a clear path upwards trajectory. So I like that. I like the trend, and I think we've already come together as a team. And when we are out there playing these team matches, we're doing it in a way that shows that it's more than just the sum of the parts. And there's a team energy and a fire and a little chip that's driving them, and it's a fun time.
I think 7 of those 13s have been sweeps. Is there something extra you get from not just winning, but kind of dominating?
Confidence. I think we continue to build confidence in each other and the level of the team, and especially if we do it in a way where we really have to earn it mentally through some tough moments. And there's been a few of those matches lately that even though we lost the doubles point to Oklahoma State in the Big 12 tournament, but the guys really and Oklahoma State played well in the singles matches, but we were really strong and didn't give up any singles points. So I think the more you come through difficult and challenging circumstances, and the more you win, the more confidence you get. And I definitely think we're going into the tournament at a high point. But at the same time, we know that we're not the only team going into the tournament at a high point, and we're going to have to be at our best if we want to make a deep run.
You mentioned the circumstances surrounding some of the doubles points and the highs and lows on and off the court. How tough is it to change your strategy, your pairings during the season?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of it's a little bit of a gamble, but I guess it's less of a gamble if you're not doing well at the moment, and we weren't. We were not winning doubles points against the better teams in the country, so there really wasn't much to lose. And I'm not usually too quick to do it, because to me it boils down to execution, and it's not always just about some magical chemistry that you're searching for, but it's really about, are you executing, choosing the right shots in the right situations and executing. But at some point, we just felt like we needed a spark, and it was a little less risky than usual because 2 of the teams we went to were teams that had played together in the past in previous years. So, CM and Elliott have a lot of matches under their belt together prior to this year, and Cleve and Micah had played a fair amount before too. So a little less risky than normal, and it's paid off. As long as we don't have to play Oklahoma State again, we're confident that we can win the doubles point.
Your messaging to the team at this time of the year, is it clean slate, new season, everything starts over, or is it let's keep this momentum going? You see what you did last week before, we can keep that.
Yeah, it's more about just trying to build and continue to build and improve. I don't think I'm looking at it as a new season. At least I'm not talking to them about that. We're just trying to remind everybody what it's taken when we have been at our best, and to try to reproduce that and keep striving to find little ways to get better individually and as a team.
You'll have to play somewhere else at a certain point, but again, hosting the tournament this weekend. Just how nice is that to at least start the tournament in the friendly conference?
Yeah, it's great, and this year has been the most enjoyable year since I've been here to play at home, because we've been so well supported. We've had some good crowds in the past, but never as consistently as this year. It's match after match where we're looking up 30 minutes before the match and the place is half full, and once we get started it's completely full, and they love that. That's not normal for a tennis player, so it's really exciting for them to play before a packed house, and they thrive in that atmosphere for sure.
When we talked to you at the I think it's the tower lighting a little bit ago, you told us that the bond this team has is uncommon. Is there anything that you've done this year differently, or they've done this year differently to create that?
I don't think I can't really take credit for that. I think, and it's not just this year, it's been building since this group walked onto campus 4 and 5 years ago. They just really like each other a lot, and they also share some common things. They share a love for the game and a drive to represent Texas and a lot of pride, but they're great friends. It's true. I've never seen anything like it in all my years, and I've had been fortunate to be part of some pretty close teams, but this one it's pretty unique. And I think it's also, you talk about a family atmosphere. As we've said before, we've got 2 sets of brothers. So when we look down at the court in our last match, 4 of our starting 6 were related. So that helps the closeness, I guess, too. But no, I just think they're great friends off the court, and they really care about each other's success. And if one person is out of the lineup, they're the first one to be pulling for the guy that got put in his place. So it's a close team. They really like each other, and I wish I could take credit for that, but I can't.
Does that help your practice intensity when they're like brothers are playing each other? So there's nothing better than beating your brother.
Yeah, they haven't played too much. I'm a little guarded against that. Jonah had never beaten Micah in a set at any point in his life, and they haven't played too many times together. But this year, Jonah got the first W of his life against Micah, and I think he was a little more excited about it, obviously, than Micah was. Pierre and GA like to practice a lot together, but I haven't really seen them play many sets. They try to avoid that. They're uniquely close. I mean, both sets of brothers. You never see them fighting. They're really pulling for each other and care about each other a lot. So they're very, very close sets of brothers. So I don't know if it's really building the intensity, but just the closeness and the desire to really pull for your brothers, literally and figuratively, is a good thing.
Tell us about this time of the season. How does this feel?
Yeah, it's the most exciting. I remember just a couple days ago after the draw ceremony, we were all in the gym working out, and everyone's just so juiced. It's different energy. It's what you train for throughout the fall and what you put the long, hard hours in for. And so, yeah, the team's really excited. I'm really excited. This is obviously a last run for a bunch of us, so we're going to give it our all and see what happens.
Different energy? What have you seen, heard, felt that's different?
There's a little extra enthusiasm, I feel, and it's very business-like. I think throughout the fall, you're working on your own individual game a lot of the time, and then come spring, it's all about the team. And we've, throughout the spring semester, we've learned how to play together as a team a lot better. And I think now, given how the Big 12 tournament went and just kind of the aura around the team, I can feel it. Everyone feels that we're peaking at the right time, so hopefully that's going to continue to happen, and we do well here in the final stretch.
How nice is it, to get to this point where you can host? You're hosting and playing in front of your own fans. Coach was saying that he felt like this has been the best crowd you guys have drawn all year. So how nice is that to keep that going for the tournament this time?
Yeah, it's great. Of course, it's a home court advantage in tennis. It can be big, and especially with a crowd like ours, we get a good amount of fans, especially this year and this past year. So it's a huge bonus for us to have that on our side. And we just encourage everyone to come out and support, given that we have 6 seniors and this is our last ride.
Could you describe just what it is like though, because it's not a usual thing to have a packed house all the time and anywhere you go. So when it's like that, just kind of how does it feel?
It feels like you got a big community around you, and I think as when you wear the steerhead and it says Texas on your chest, then you feel like you're playing for something bigger than yourself. And when the crowd's out there, it's just it helps you fight. You can be down. A lot of the times I'm down in the first set early, and I look at the crowd and I say, look how many people came out to watch. Fight for them, fight for Texas. And it could really only help us as a team.
Your teammates with a couple of sets of brothers. How unique is that, and do you ever see any of that sibling rivalry stuff pay dividends on the court?
Yeah, it's all healthy relationships. I have a twin brother myself, so I kind of feel the same energy that they have, and that kind of healthy competitive relationship. And we let them duel it out in practice sometimes, and it gets competitive, but all in a good manner. And I think that both sets of brothers really know how to push each other and aren't afraid to hold the other accountable. And I think that's what you need at a team, or in a team, and a group of guys that's trying to make a deep run in a national championship.